and privilege. Today we're going to be talking about the extended reality. The topic is going to be on extended reality, improving education and the enterprise outcomes. The collaboration with EON Reality and TRIL. What EON Reality is bringing to the Nigerian space. So we want to discover and understand all these things. And just a number of rules, housekeeping rules for everyone who will be here, or the attendees. It would be nice to turn off your mic until you have any thing to say. You'll be allowed to talk. If you have anything to say, please just raise up your hand. There's an emotion, it's an icon that I'm already using it now, showing a hand up. And then when that comes up, you will be allowed to speak. It would be nice also to remind everybody and to inform you all that this session is being recorded. The recorded version of the session will be sent to your email so that you can download. You can feel free to watch it all over again and share it with your people as much. The chat button has also been activated so that people can chat. Feel free to chat with the panelists and chat with any of the attendees as well. And we also have a Q&A session. Now, the Q&A session, from the beginning of this session, the Q&A session is going to become active, which means that you have all rights to drop in your questions at different times of the session. So I'm going to also take all the questions at the end, because I'm sure some questions will be directed to most of the panelists for them to talk about and address. Now, the agenda for today is going to be that the first activity on the agenda is that we have a kickoff, which I'm already doing. And then afterwards, we'll have the welcome address by Eniola. Then we're going to have the EON presentation by Dan. And then we're going to have a deep dive into the EON Reality by Maxine, and then the Q&A session. Now, but before I continue, I would like to introduce the panelists. I'd like to introduce the panelists and tell you who they are. You heard their names, and I would like to just tell you briefly about them. So I'll start with Eniola, ladies first. She has that privilege. So Eniola is a non-profit leader at Tributary Initiative of Learning. So her work at TRIL has fostered market relevance and technology-driven initiatives in the TVET space, with 16 incredible years of experience working in international development and organization, private sector, government. And so Eniola's experience has been able to help her to champion strategic alliances within different people of governments, private sector, educational institutions. The mission in all of this experience is just to strengthen the capacity, build capacity, curriculum development, and trying to enhance our communities. So her projects has been focused on all of these areas over these 16 years. And she has been a career coach, a TVET expert, a DACUM facilitator, and she is a trained practitioner on SCAPE in Ohio in the United States. So Eniola is currently sits as the Chief Executive Officer of TRIL Initiative of Learning. Now we'll go over to introduce the second panelist we have, Dan. Dan, how do you pronounce the name?
Leaskar.
Dan Leaskar. Thank you very much. Dan Leaskar is the founder and chairman of EON Reality. So he's the chairman, and then he co-founded this in 1999. Wow, that's a long time. And is now the world leader in developing of AR and VR, which we're going to learn about today. All of these solutions are used to transfer educational knowledge for industry and entertainment, the market space, and all that. Now, EON Reality has set up since 1999 office locations in 10 different locations across the world, different countries and different partnerships. Like they have strong partnerships with Boeing, ExxonMobil, United Nations Industrial Organization, among others. So EON has also hundreds of academic organizations as customers, as well as governments. Government has huge collaboration with EON in 5 continents around the world. So at the moment, Dan also holds a dual Masters of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering and Computer Science from Chalmers University of Technology, Gothenburg in Sweden. Mr. Dan, you're welcome to this session.
Thank you so much.
And the other person we have on the panelists is Mr. Masin Kasia. At the moment, he is the Director of Global Education and Training at EON Reality. Masin is the Head of Customer Success Departments of AMA and IMA and Director of Global Education and Training. Masin's background goes across with his master's degree in mechanical engineering and management, the background of as a researcher and academic teacher at the Poznań University in Poland. He's the lead of VR laboratory at Virtual Design and Automation, and he has more than 16 years of work experience. So at the moment, he's also the Director of Global Education and Training. He is leading the curriculum development and training planning for EON Reality all around the world. And then finally, you have me. My name is Timobika Chidlo. I presently work at KHS as a key account manager. I also lead the faculty team in TRIL Initiative of Learning, and I also sit on the board of advisory for TRIL. So to save time and to gain momentum, I think we'll start by having a welcome address from Eniola Adefioye. So Eniola, over to you.
Thanks, Dimo. Welcome again, Dan, welcome Machine and everyone on this event. I'm so excited. You can see that all over my face. And I'm very excited and happy because we're doing something very significant. And I know it's going to bring about phenomenal change. There's been movement of such in the market. All right, but this is different, and you'll find out why very soon. My name is Eniola Adefioye, and I'm very particular about about fostering technology-driven training and learning, because the world has changed, and we need to move in tandem with the world. And the learners we have these days, they are quite visual and digital village people, all right? And it's very important for us, if we're going to be a very active part of the future in Nigeria, of the world, for us to embrace the changes is going on. So fostering innovative teaching and learning is very important in that. I mean, we need to embrace different ways we bring about teaching to the students. It doesn't really have to happen in the classroom. We need to begin to embrace taking learning outside classroom. We need to engage students in the process. So they are the recipient, but they also need to be very, very active in the learning process. We need also for our educators to be up to speed. So we need to embrace education technology so much. I mean, we can collapse training time with education technology. Technologies that made it possible for us to create lesson on the go. All right, it has made us to bring about different elements into training that would reinforce learning. I mean, an example is definitely once upon a time, we were probably said to be reading books and going to libraries and all, and you're given like a volume of books to read. And now I don't think anybody's interested in doing that now. I mean, if you are giving a student like, go do some research, they'll just go to YouTube and they'll get it done. I mean, that's the beauty of technology. Technology has broken barriers, all right? We now have access to education, to training wherever you are, all right? And technology is so much evolving that you don't have to be an expert or like a guru in tech to be able to use it. All right, you understand more as Dan and Machine goes into detail. And I think very important is that we need to be very creative Creativity is so important, very, very important. I mean, gone were the days that we just use ordinary pictures and, we stand in front of the class, to do deliver lesson, and some of us are probably dozing off in the process. Creativity so much that they bring in contextualizing lessons, localizing in your language or in any using elements that helps the learner understands, retain at a very, very fast speed. Needless to say, considering the current problems in Nigeria, the continuous high tide of unemployment going on, we need to adopt quick, authentic measures, solutions to improve skills development. And we need to do this as such, like something that can be done repetitively, all right, in a safe environment. And who says it can't be fun in the process of learning? So for all of us that are attendees, ladies, gentlemen, and my panelists, I'm very excited. I'll keep saying that. I'm so psyched about this process. Probably you'll find out later. And I welcome you, and please enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Aniola. Thank you so much for the passion. We can feel the energy and the excitement which you're having at the moment. So it's very good. And we know that our communities will be left in a better place after sessions like this, impact like this, and fruits will come up. Okay, so the next activity we'll have is that I'm going to hand over to Mr. Dan, who's the founder and chairman of EON Reality. Dan has a presentation, and at the moment his screen is up. And Mr. Dan, over to you.
Thank you. It's so fun to hear you are on the other side of the planet. I'm here in California, and something bonds us together in this shared passion for learning, training, performing in a new way. I'm a little bit jet lagged now. It's morning California because I just came back from a conference, Asia Leader Forum in Korea, South Korea. And they asked me there to prepare a speech.
You're an entrepreneur looking to turn your passion into a successful business, but you just don't know where to start.
Can avoid the ads, right? So this webinar was about the future of education. And I had an hour to present it for people, for world leaders there that you probably recognize. And it was very fun to do it in 1 hour. I'm going to do the same now. So fasten your seatbelts, but I'm going to do it in less than 20 minutes. And I'm going to talk about a lot of exciting things, I hope. By the way, if the audience can mute themselves so we don't have that echo, that would be great. But then also by the end of this, I'll make sure that everybody that's in this session will be able to use the technology. And in fact, you can test it for free. So it's something you can test today. It's not something of science fiction. Everything I'm showing you will be able to utilize in Nigeria today. So without further ado, let's get started with the presentation. Okay. So, yeah, after the presentation, by the way, I was chasing down the corridors by some of these gentlemen that you recognize the faces. So there is a global movement here around digitalizes, and we need it so badly after the pandemic, I think, to rejuvenate and create a resilient post-pandemic recovery. Now, my speech will be in two parts. One is about the future, and the other one, which is this image here, and the other one is what's practical today. You see me with a lot of cables there. And, you know, the story starts 2031. I'm by the fireplace with one of my grandchildren, and they asked me, Granddaddy, what was it like 10 years ago with digital experiences? And I would say, you know, they were very primitive. There was the YouTube of yesterday was all, you were enslaved in frames that someone else took, and you couldn't look left or right. You were just in these 24 flat frames per second that whoever created. And they would say, really? So you couldn't have a spatial experience? You couldn't go and look under the table? No, you couldn't. That was not possible. The spatial metaverse wasn't available then. And that's what I'm going to show you a little bit about what this spatial knowledge metaverse will be. But wait a second. In fact, a lot of these things that will be available 2031 are available today. It's just that the knowledge about it is not evenly distributed. So in fact, a lot of what you're going to see now of this futuristic vision, you can do this afternoon in Nigeria. So I'll focus on that. I'll focus on how to use this technology. So let's get started quickly. So the metaverse, most people don't know what it is, but it's basically a VR and AR space in which users can interact in a computer-generated environment. So that means, for example, that you can have a lecture, but behind you, you can see the Egyptian pyramids, or the next way to design green cities, or I can have spatial meetings where we have some people in this room, but some people are elsewhere. And you can use this for teleporting yourself to a real place. And in fact, I will teleport myself a number of times during this session. But you can also transform education. So the physical infrastructure will always be there, but it will be enhanced. It will be enabling you to do homework in a new way. And it will be merging the physical and virtual reality. And also our cities will look quite different. They will be enabled by XR. So this is some of the things that we will see in the future, but I want to focus more on what is it we can do today to improve learning, training, and performing communication. So I'll start with a brief video to just kick it off. So as you have the fasten seatbelts, let's go. Okay, so many of you may say at this point, yeah, this looks like a very exciting video, but what's reality and how does this work? So in essence, what you saw there is this type of platform using just a phone can do three things. It enables you to capture data. So you can capture data using just scanning environments. Secondly is we bring that data to life, you inject knowledge in it. And thirdly is that you can publish this to anything. You can publish this to your phone, you can publish this to your PC. If you have more exciting devices like headsets, you can do that too. And as you can see there, it's super easy. In fact, it's so easy that I am not a computer user of big frame, but I will show you today what I was able to create in minutes. So for example, let's say you want to learn about fish and how to dissect them, you can do that. Or vintage cars, you can place those vintage cars in reality. Or, you don't have a classroom at the moment because the school is closed, so you want to do it at the beach, you can do that. Or let's say you can't afford to buy all the interesting equipment that you want to, but you still want to learn about the experience, whether it's a MRI device or whatever you want to have. So that's possible to do today. EON has more than 1 million 3D assets so that you can utilize. Okay, so that's one. But you can also take the same experience if you want fully immersive in a virtual reality environment using headsets that today become actually almost affordable. They cost around $300. And then you can capture your world, right? So we have a global competition, I'll talk about that, where you go around in your communities. We had the other week from Rwanda, the street market on Saturday, where she captured all the unique fruits that were there and sold. So this is something that you can do very easily and create those spatial experiences versus just flat environments. And once you have them, you can bring them to life. So for example, here's my veranda. This is where you see, in fact, it's the same picture that if you look, this is real. You notice that I have no furniture. It's not necessarily that I can't afford it, but I don't have anything there. So, but I can still equip that in a very exciting way and make it like a Riviera place. Or I can take my existing room, and this is the room that I'm right now
food
in.
Container with handle.
And I can bring that to life and inject knowledge in it. So in fact, what you're looking at there is what you're seeing there. So this is my room. I scanned it, and it's super easy. In fact, I'll show you right now how easy it is to do it. I'll scan this room as we speak. So part of this global competition is that I would like to see you guys in Nigeria showing off your fantastic, treasures that we don't know about around the world. So, sorry, here, I'll just do this. I'm low on batteries here, okay. I have to come back because my phone is low on batteries. But just to see, this is my boiler room, right? So I can do the boiler room, I can do my painting corner, I can.
So now today we're gonna do an experience about this art studio. And the first thing we're gonna do as usual is to create the scan.
So that's the real one.
So you see start to scan.
So I scan it, I bring it in, and I bring it to life. But so the practical things, we were talking about jobs of today or jobs of tomorrow. You know, a lot of people in Nigeria need to learn skills, practical skills. So what better way to learn it than having the ability to superimpose the information over the real one? Or you want to learn about agriculture. So you can see here, here's my wife is working with orchids. So I did agriculture, how to water the various orchids when we're traveling away. Or you want to teach people about civic duties and how to behave in a way that is, coherent with what you want to portray in society. You can do all that very easily. So I'll skip this one, interest your time. So you can also do spatial meetings. So once you create this environment, let's say you can invite your friends from around the world to join. I have an example. California here, one of the colleges got $1 million grant to create a makerspace environment, but the 150 other community college never got it. So what we did is we created this merged reality, a digital copy of the physical one, and invited people from around the world to participate and go in there and explore. And this can be also very practical. So here's
today
a computer room, right?
Scan this room.
This is a room that is basically 3 meters there while I have all my internet cables, etc. And when it doesn't work, I normally have to call a technician and he may come or not come. But in this case, he can actually guide me step by step what to do, or I can even call him up through the system and be.
This is so cool.
I see you now. And he's appearing in my room while he's somewhere, could be on the other side of the planet, and interact and guide me through this. So when I was last week at the HR conference, one of the things I did is I walked the streets of Korea, and I brought the streets of Korea with me. So I scanned the street, and you can see here that I am portraying that street in my home in California. So I'm looking at the flower that they have there. Someone smoked the cigarettes, which we're not allowed to do in California. You think I'm there, but I'm not. I'm actually at home. So the ability to teleport yourself using just the phone is quite exciting. So in this context, I want to do a little promo because we are launching on the 15th of July, a global XR competition to build the knowledge metaverse with partnering in 73 countries. And of course, you are invited in Nigeria, thanks to our collaboration. So the ability to scan whatever you wish in your environment and bring those scans to life. In Korea, I was very excited by food and culture. So I captured a lot of that when I was there. So this global competition is now already on. We've been kind of sheet started. So you can see here, for example, what's happening in places like Italy. Let me just show you Italy here for a second. So we have cultural in Pesaro, or activities in Toronto, or as I said, the pyramids in Egypt. So it's a very fun way to learn, but it's at the same way something to build a community. We're also working quite a bit with hospitals to help them, for example, kids when they go to hospital, to both teach them, but also to help them oftentimes in a quite, let's say, nervous environment, because they have to undergo surgery. So we create those superimposed environments with whales that float in space, or the MRI device that they are guided by a bear called Choco, or an MRI device where you can see here the whales are floating, that is surrounded by a donut, so they don't feel too much anxiety to join that environment. So that's an example of, so it's not just learning for learning's sake, but it's learning for concrete outcomes and real jobs, whether it's jobs in a medical facility, energy plant, a hospital. And it's also a way that you can use this technology for learning safety and security, health. So if you are, let's say, in this laboratory and there is something dangerous here, poisonous or flammable environments, and you hold your phone and look around, it will immediately pop up to you and say, don't go there. And if you have forgot to do that and you have the phone in your pocket, because the phone knows where you are in this metaverse, the superimposed environments, it will start vibrating and sounding in your pocket, right? Whether it's for manufacturing, transportation, etc. So this is quite, I mean, the technology is quite amazing from that. So another thing that I'm very proud about is to see the partnership, because in the end, all we do is a technology. So we depend on our partners to create all these amazing things using the platform. Let's see what they say.
The EON XR platform. This technology is incredible, and it is life-changing.
The volume is a bit low there. So we have I'll send you this video because it sounds a bit low for you.
Students enhance learning activities that augment and contextualize students' vision.
But whether it's Baker College or here in the United States, or you have UNESCO in Vietnam, or Zena technology in Kuwait, people around the globe are now using this technology and creating their own environments and their own experiences in 73 countries around the world. Now, people will ask me, okay, so what's bottom line? What's the benefit with this? It's very simple. Students learn 4 times faster. There's a big study from PwC that shows that. They are 275% more confident. They are 3.7 times more emotionally engaged with this. So who said learning shouldn't be fun? And it's actually easy to implement. I have many examples on that. Now, you may listen to this and say, this is exciting. How can I get started today? So there's 3 ways to do it. You can just go to the internet today and download our platform for free, at no cost, right? You can just do that, and you can create up to 5 experiences at no cost. Then if you want to pursue this, then of course you can contact our partner. We have a subscription model as everybody else. Now for Nigeria, thanks to our partnership with Tributary, we have a special agreement because we invest quite a lot in developing countries, and we have the ability to sponsor quite a lot of this subscription. So contact our friends for more details. You can also apply for grants. There's special programs for there that we can help you out to make sure that you can use it. Our philosophy is that knowledge is a human right, and we want to make this technology available, accessible, and affordable for everybody on the planet. So in Africa, we've been working for 15 years now with something we call Learn for Life, and started originally with people that were illiterate to use this technology to better learn in an easy way. And especially now, as we go into the post-pandemic phase soon, we're also working with governments around the world to fund this. So we work with USAID, for example, for funding. UNESCO. This is a picture actually 15 years ago in Africa, where we didn't have electricity in many places. We had a generator, and water was no running water. So if you can use it for things like we've done the last 15 years, now it's tremendously much easier. And I would say that I'm very happy about this. I look forward to strengthen our partnership with our colleagues here in Nigeria, with Tributary, and looking forward to meet you guys face to face soon, in this new post-pandemic world where we lack this human touch that we are so dependent on. And on that high note, my presentation is much longer. Unfortunately, I cannot take all the slides. I would like to end by saying one thing, that the future is bright. And XR is global. It used to be that when I grew up, that the world was very material, right? Assets were very tangible. But as you know, that's no longer the case. This device is my gramophone, my TV, my flashlight. So the world is basically, physical world is dissolving. And what is important increasingly is digital assets. That's where the value is. And the great thing about that anyone can create that value. You're not any longer enslaved if you live in, Laos and you don't have access to the latest technology, etc. You can create things that are amazing. And XR is so much more, in my opinion. It's heritage, as you can see, a lot of things. It's exploration. And I think that governments, and I was telling this to the world leaders just a few days ago, should not necessarily only focus to give people, the material things. I don't think anyone, and not many people in Nigeria, are starving today, and most people have somewhere to sleep. They may be unemployed and suffer of other reasons. So what is it we need to give people? We need to give people and help citizens to create, to innovate, to share experiences, to share a sense of purpose, especially now after this hardship that we all suffered through the last year and a half. So I hope together that we can inspire people to help plan the next trip to Mars, to innovate life prolongation methods in Nigeria, to visualize climate change solutions, and continue this 70,000-year journey that started in Africa. We all started there through technology, and this fantastic human journey to progress and improve our lives. So on that high note, I thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to the next step in our collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan. That's a wonderful, compact, fully loaded presentation you just did. And I found it very interesting, the fact that I can teleport myself to anywhere in the world. I mean, I would like to teleport myself to Wembley on Sunday so that I can watch the Euro finals between Italy and England. That would be nice. That would be nice reality for me, but I don't know.
I may have a surprise there. Let's talk offline. Okay, guys. Unfortunately,
okay,
I have to
yes.
myself, but I appreciate your time, and I wish you all the best, and I'll hand it over to my colleague. Thank you, guys. Take care now. Have a good one.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Bye.
you for your time. All right. So now we'll be going over to Masin, who will give us a deep dive into EON XR.
Yes.
Masin, over to you.
Hi, guys. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar. I'm really happy and delighted that I can show you a little bit of the technology, show you a little bit of that vision that Dan highlighted as a use of VR, AR, or something which we encapsulate in the one acronym XR, Extended Reality, how to show that in a practical sense. One question, Dimo, if I may, how much time do I have? So I'm kind of still sticking to the schedule, knowing that we all kind of busy, but I'm also trying to show you as much as I can. So how much time do I have, do you think? Can you guys hear me? I think it should be working. Let me just check the chat. All right, I begin in Demo and or Eniola, if you can later on let me know what time, how much time do I have, so I'm not overtaking in this meeting. Okay, so EON XR, as Dan mentioned, is a flag product of a company, our company EON Reality. It's also the key element of our answer to the challenges of current challenges of the education. And this is something that together with TRIL, we're trying to roll out around Nigeria. We're trying to inject and implement into the various educational institutions. So I believe, and if you can confirm with me if you can see my screen, all right, or just put a thumbs up if you have a reaction button that you can see it. And I can move forward. So the EON XR, brilliant, thank you. So the EON XR is a cloud-based solution, which on one hand, it requires internet. There is ability also to use some of its elements offline, but mainly it's something that is a live access, live platform with instant access to the knowledge, instant access to the learning objects that are not only static, but they are preliminary, interactive, preliminary, collaborative, and as aligned with our vision, providing an easy, simple access to the information, to the data, and to the ability to change the education. We, as Dan mentioned, also where EON XR has access to the lots of different materials, assets online. If you would like to start, just one side note in here, if it's easy to start, you can download the application, go to either Google Play on your Android device, or you can go to the Apple App Store and download the application. Also, I'm sure Eniola and my colleagues will be able to provide you more information if needed, also with the access to the platform. Access to the platform requires login, but it's available for starting even for free. But we also have lots of licenses available to be used within if you are associated or a member of a TRIL family. And in this case, I'm sure that could be distributed and discussed with Eniola more indirect. And after login, you're getting an access to this. Yes, Eniola. Sorry, I don't know if it's just a background noise or.
Asin, go ahead.
Okay. So the accessing the platform, we're getting an ability to play, to engage, and we can do it from a PC, from a mobile phone, as Dan shows, as well as from various types of the devices like tablets, or even the head-mounted displays that are becoming more and more available and affordable for many people, because practically speaking, the headset, VR virtual reality headsets right now cost less than the new mobile phone. It's something about $300 US, when the new mobile phones usually cost a little bit more, or even far more, depending on the brand, of course. But having an access to that, we're getting ability to browse through the library of existing content. We have ability to create our own content based on the materials. And because TRIL is very much focused also on the STEM type education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, I will allow myself to focus on those topics also in this presentation. So we have quite a lot different resources that the user can easily access and create based on existing library. We have ability to import the data from multiple formats, including CAD formats, including modeling, 3D modeling, 3D scanning kind of objects, and bring that into a life. This is a mobile platform, which means everybody who's got a mobile phone and application installed on your phone can very easily get access to it. And that's what I'm mimicking here, showing the content directly on your mobile device and being able to play, create, collaborate using this kind of a solution. And just all it requires is to just a simple sign in. Let me just do that and show in the live. It's a live presentation, so we always knows that the technology sometimes play the tricks, but I'm sure even within the in a remote connection, it will be working fine right now. So giving ourselves, installing an application on a mobile device and getting an access to the platform, we instantly getting access to the library of different kind of content. We can browse to the different categories, access content, create the content online as well, share it and collaborate with the others. I want to start with presenting and how easy it is, especially in a time when we are limited with the ability to travel, with the ability to be with the larger groups, accessing laboratories, accessing different types of the machinery, where we can just simple with a few clicks on the device, put even a large industrial system, medical equipment, you name it, a heritage, culture objects, and different scenario laboratory equipment into a life in our own living rooms, in our own rooms, by just pressing a start the lesson, downloading the content, playing it on your personal device, which you anyway have. One thing which also EON recognizes is the fact that many of us see the mobile phones and the smartphones as an interruption in education. We want to show the opposite, that yes, it could be a very time-wasting exercise if you're just browsing some sort of social media elements. It might be important, but it might be also not the most productive. What we're trying to show that the device where we can access it on the tip of a finger, it's also a smart device. And this is my area. Within this smart device, I'm able quite easily to place any kind of equipment on my desk, being able to kind of walk around, showing in augmented reality, being able to explore. You can see here is my monitors, my webcam, but I am also engaged into this industrial robot, CNC machinery, which I can explore, I can see through, I can take it apart, and many other functionalities I can learn, have annotations, audio description, video description. All of that could be at a very simple access.
The Denford Marac PC is a versatile 2-axis CNC bench turning center, ideal for all levels of education and technical training.
And putting my education in the center of exercise on the device, having it available, being able to discuss, being able to collaborate, as I mentioned, being able to take the things apart, bringing it from one place to another, and presenting the individual objects, go and learn and present how the things are built, how the things functioning, and being able to do that very easy, very fast, up to every single detail of any structure, any element. Also giving an ability to explore and immerse ourselves into the experience by using just even something like that, very simple attachable glasses that you can attach to your smartphone, and in the moments of a few seconds being part of that experience and being able to explore it, presenting it into the immersive stereoscopic way, the way we can see the objects 3D being surrounded by those objects. So all of that is available within the EON XR platform itself, being available straight away for any kind of a user. In here, let me just go back, and with it just from the mobile device. Dan mentioned, but he says that there was some problems with the bringing the models and showcasing the scanning. And right now, what we are heading towards, and I will try to maybe show you some more of the information. And of course, if you would like to learn more, we will have plenty of different workshops and other initiatives together with TRIL. So my recommendation will be, please contact Eniola or Dima and we will have workshops, educator training, and different kind of information about this kind of technology, how to use it, how to create it, how to explore it, and how to make this experience educational, fun, and engaging. So let me just quickly sign in here. Unfortunately, I need to, that's always plenty of the passwords that you have to remember, but after signing in, that means from any place around the world, I can just take an app, sign in, and get instant access to my content, to share that content, as I mentioned before. So I can go here to the different exercises. Those exercises, very importantly, they are not only there that you can just load and play them. They are there so you can copy them, you can change them, you can build your own exercises, own experiences, and make it the educational fun. Use the concepts of the flipped classroom. Put a renewable energy, for instance, concept into your, I'm in the basement right now. All you can see behind me is actually virtual background, unfortunately, because that's the time. Sometimes we have to be at our homes and pretend we are in the office, yes? But being able to just, with a few presses, in the same places. I'm based in Poland right now. So even in here, just with the simple few moments of time, loading the content and putting educational aspects in the core of our experience. And let's just that to be loaded. If there, of course, I'm going to be looking on what are the questions. So in the meantime, I see that there is a question, can some of the tech be made available on our personal devices? Absolutely. And that's the thing is this technology is prepared for being used on the smartphones, on the tablets. I purposely prepared the drill here so I can scan it. But in the meantime, I can just simply place a house next to on my desk. I'm in here, and being able to explore it, being able to kind of take it apart, and learn more about for the structure, individual structure of the solar thermal system, looking into how it looks like in augmented reality, being able to kind of look into every single detail of a subsystems, explore it, present the see-through, see the information attached to it, and being able to kind of learn, being able to see, take the things apart, and being able to explore it using just the tip of my finger, using the augmentation, being able to play the content. Right now, it's actually, I have to just set up do not disturb, so you will be able to hear it, hopefully. And it's playing also the audio. Unfortunately, I cannot transmit that right now, but taking apart and being able to kind of even like walk into the house, seeing how it is fit to the locations, and being outside and being able to present the objects, and being able to learn using that. Attached the information like a videos, attach the information like an audio, put the quizzes and other activities in here, and being able to build that as a part of our learning management system as well, attach it to the existing learning management system, share, and so on. So that is a quick thing on that. Also, what Dan was trying to do, and I will try to present it to you, that within this technology, in the next version of that, we're working to build this link between the real and the virtual, to build that link much more faster, easy to create. Right now already we can capture our world using a 360 cameras and bring them to life in the environments, in the lessons online, by just browsing the laboratories, for instance, and having those laboratories being immersed in them in the 360 environment. Just loading after the capturing this, and you will see that right now, and being able to look around and having a photorealistic kind of laboratory already just by taking the pictures. And that's an easy element which we can of course also annotate, provide additional information, provide some video, audio, video links next to it, and having this immersiveness and easy to teleport ourselves from one place to another, from one laboratory to another in just a few clicks, and even go to the places that I've never been to, Singapore, but thanks to the technology, I'm able to explore one of the nicest places in the city of Singapore, or I can be with a one click in the small plastic manufacturing factory somewhere in Poland as well. So all of that is possible already. And also, as Dan mentioned, we want to bring up the ability to put the environments the way they are and bring them in. So I can easily create a 3D scan using some sort of application. Soon, we're planning also to engage this technology with the easy sharing to the EON XR, using my smart device around the object that I want to visualize, that I want to present to my students, make this object with this software available as a three-dimensional on my tablet, including some sort of environment, saving it and sharing it eventually to become a part of our three-dimensional world online, so I can share it. And after sharing it, and I will skip right now this in here because I already prepared that, I can go to the online cloud solution and see that I can import those objects into a scene, import and drag and drop them. I already took this this drill in here, and being able to preview and create a learning experience which could be easy review, shared, and collaborate with the users. So let me just show you that very quickly. How much more time do I have, Eniola? So I'm not taking too much of the audience time.
You are out of time. We can give you 2 more minutes to wrap up.
So 1 minute to wrap up in this case. So being able to easily put the content inside it. So what I want to show you is that the smart devices are there. There's students already using them, students already searching. Whenever there is any challenge, as Eniola says, we no longer go to the library, we're going online, we're searching. There is a saying that if something is not on the internet, it does not exist in a way. I'm not fully agree with that, but partly there is some logic in that. So let's change the education. Let's make sure that we are also the innovators in the way we teach, so that our students, the next generation, is prepared for the challenge of the next 10, 15, 20 years. Because if the education role is to prepare people for the challenge of the future, what's the better way to prepare them using the technology that will become daily elements of their existence in the future? So that's where we're heading, and we want to make sure that if there are any questions, any challenges, we are there to help you, help our partners in applying those technologies in real. And of course, if you will be interested to learn more, just this very last thing, I know I'm pushing the boundaries, but please feel free. I posted on the chat our YouTube channel. So you can browse more about the EON Reality and the product on our YouTube channel, but also on our website, you can find more information. And if you feel that you would like to talk more, don't hesitate. You have our contact details, and I think the best will be to contact via our partners in TRIL. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to see your journey and hear back from you about how this technology may or is changing the way you work, the way you teach. Thank you.
Fantastic, Marcin. Thank you very much for this deep dive. It was really a deep dive and a deep session for us to see the capabilities of this application. So, and I like the fact that you also have shown us that this has wide benefits. So we'll go over to question Q&A, and there are some questions that have come up very quickly because we're running out of time. I think this is for Marcin. Someone is saying, are there readily available lessons on the platform? Are they free? And how can our schools benefit from this venture? I think that's a question for you and Eniola, but Marcin, you can go first.
Okay, so the library is already filled with some of the content, but as we know, every educator wants to align it. So the key elements of this solution is the ability to create based on existing models, asset, based on the ability to bring in multiple formats. You can create your own lesson. You can amend the existing ones which exist there. You can use the assets, model, photos that are there, which are already available there as a part of the platform. So it comes with the platform, but also more importantly, you and your students are able to create your own content, put that into the platform and distribute. And I think that's the key elements and the key benefits of that. So we are not close in the what is there. You can only use it. It's a much more wider view and 360 even view, I would say, with ability to create and putting own content, which could be, if you decide so, available for free. And lots of the content and most of the content right now is available. When you sign into the platform, the content is there as a part of that with ability to import more.
Okay, fantastic. Good. Eniola, the second question, how can schools benefit from this venture?
Oh, thank you, Dimo. So right now the plan is to deploy to technical institutions and of course our institutions of learning in Nigeria. So that's our focus right now, but definitely in the very immediate term, we're also looking at how other schools can benefit. So for schools that are interested, please reach out to us, then we can actually have further discussions on this.
Okay, fantastic. Now I have a question from Julia Trantan. It reads, greetings to the panelists and everyone from Paris, France. Thank you very much for such an interesting presentation. And she's asking that, I think to Marcin, have you tried implementing these technologies in low-tech contexts? If yes, what are the lessons learned?
I mean, this is, of course, a technology which instinctively throughout our experience as a tech company, we started to implement within the technology, oil and gas and medical. But right now we see even more and more use into the soft skills learning. Everything, I mean, of course, everything that is a low probability, high consequences scenario, it could be easily visualized using virtual and augmented reality. Ability to teach people about the language, teaching a language also. We know that the key element of learning any language is the building a vocabulary, building the ability to destroy the barrier of a complex of communication. I can tell that because I'm not a native English speaker myself in this case. And so that's one of the things. The other thing is on a kind of a psychological studies. We also use that to kind of demonstrate how the different things works, how break up this kind of a barrier of a fear for different phobias even learn. So that is one of the things. Teaching people how to act in a situation like, for instance, reporting a crime, teaching a police officer how to be empathic, how to communicate with the people. There are lots of different examples that the VR and AR could be used, because what it gives you ability that with your own device at home, without the risk of being put in public, you can try, you can play, you can repeat, you can get used to the situation, which normally are very stressful, very different. And in that case, you can do it in your own virtual environment and later on using that skills to apply. So soft skills, lots of different soft skills courses as well being developed around that. Of course, mathematics, physics, biology, history, all of that is also included in the library. So I think it's applicable to any kind of science and any kind of the discipline.
Fantastic, great. I think that hits it on the nail properly. Okay, just to mention also that if people in our audience have more questions, you can raise your hand actually, and then you'll be allowed to speak. There's somebody here, Omona Ezekiel, saying that he's interested to partner. So Eniola, please, I'd like you to get in touch with him. and all. Okay, then there's one final question. I think to both Eniola and Masin, saying that how practical is it to for this platform to enhance and to improve the life of people living with disabilities in different communities? So Eniola, do you want to go first for that question?
Yeah, I know that, of course, we have different disability that we're referring to. Let's say, for example, with physical, there's always an issue of access, place of learning. All right, this is very ideal because it can be accessed remotely. All right, and also there have been cases where these have been used to teach even children with disabilities on how to understand different concepts. So definitely it's possible. What's important at the end of the day is the educator wants to achieve and on how you structure learning on the platform. But yes, like I said, it definitely can be used in the disability community.
And from my side, I know that the technology, virtual reality, augmented reality is very often used in various aspects. For instance, we done some study in Middle East together with the universities there related to providing a content for autistic children, providing for people to show how the autistic children see the world. What is the difference between our perception and their perception into that? So that's one of the things. The other thing is, of course, if we look on the fact that right now with the tip of the finger, we have access to the knowledge, access to the university, laboratory, equipment, online meetings, all of that, it means also democratize the access to the knowledge. It means that, as Dimo mentioned, he would like to be at Wembley on Sunday and watching. I don't know who you're going to be cheering up. Is it Italy or England?
Forza Italia.
Forza Italia. Okay. But in that case, this is of course a sport, entertainment, fun. But the thing is, due to the pandemic, we are blocked from this kind of opportunities. Even if we have the tickets, if we have the money and everything else to go there, due to some of the reasons, we are all kind of blocked, and the disabled people are even more blocked. So that these devices, the access with but it's still a challenge sometimes. With the access to the internet, we can have access to the same knowledge, the same experience, and the collaboration with the others. We are not at the sideway of the society. We are part of that experience. Virtual world, as you also know, give us ability to be to change the world. Yes, like my virtual background, to see it a little bit differently, which means also we're not going to be disabled in the virtual reality, or on the other hand, we all can be disabled in virtual reality. That means there is an equality, there is understanding, there is a communication. So all of that all together, I believe that VR, AR, XR technologies are just made for building that kind of a perception that we can either using it smartly into the different educational concept. And that's what EON Reality trying to focus. As Dan mentioned, making the access, democratize the access, make it easy, make it available for everybody without exclusion, with the ability to access to that.
Awesome. Okay, finally, there's a hand up in the audience. Mr. Obona Ezekiel, you can speak now. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Obona?
So this is my question. Can you hear me there?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. So this very agenda now is okay. So, but how can you get to the rural part of the country?
Okay, Eniola, I think that question will be for you.
Yes, people in the rural part can definitely access the platform through organizations or institutions that we work with. Yes, we wouldn't say we do not do individuals directly. So schools definitely, or organizations and community organizations that actually support skills development. So yeah, I believe it's possible if you, we can always talk definitely more about what organizations or communities are in your environment and how it can be deployed in this setting, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Eniola. So we don't have any other questions. So we'll just go to the next activity, which is the closing remarks from Eniola Adefuye.
Okay, all right. So Machine, Dimo, thank you so much. Thank you everyone that decided to attend the event. This is a very, very important, I think we're at a very important precedent in Nigeria where we need to start thinking creatively and adopting technologies and measures to improve to provide genuine, authentic learning experience to our learners. And we need to also find ways to bring everybody together on the same platform, everybody having equal access to learning. We thank you very much for your attendance. And I would say definitely for those of us that are interested and in learning more about the EON XR platform and of course our plan in Nigeria, please reach out to us. You can reach us to our social media pages, Facebook, our IG and Twitter or our website. Thank you very, very much and God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much everyone for attending. Have a good day and stay safe.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye.